Guys, so we don't know anything, and God knows everything. But see, here we are, we always thinking that we know something. But we don't know anything, and God knows everything. But y'all got to stick with me. How many times we've questioned God? God, why me? Why do I have to go through this? I know a lot of us have gotten through that point. I had a friend a while ago that used to say, well, I don't know, sometimes I question God because, well, why would he let this happen? Why would he let that happen? We don't know anything. And y'all, please follow me because I was reading Job 38 today, and God was talking like God and how God can only talk. He was talking. Let me just read it to y'all, and I encourage you guys to read it because I can't go through all of it. I'm not even gonna go through all of it. It's so raw, guys. It's so good. Job 38. I need y'all to read it on your own, but I'm gonna go through probably like 3 or 4. So Job, he went through a bunch of stuff. He got sick. God allowed him to get sick, really sick, not just sick. He got really sick. Lost his kids. They died. Lost his finances. A lot was going on with Job, and so he had a lot of why me kind of questions. But then he also thought that he had some answers, and then he had his friends who think they understood why God did what God did. But anyway, so finally God comes and he says, then the Lord spoke to Job out of the storm, and he said, who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Come on now, God. You got a lot of words, but you ain't got no knowledge. Brace yourself like a man, because he's talking to Job. Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? When I tell you, that took me back. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? That tells me if I wasn't there from the beginning, from the get go, when all the stuff creation was being made, I don't know nothing about nothing, which means I need to mind my business. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footing set? Who laid its cornerstones? While the morning stars sang together and the angels shouted for joy. Who shut up the sea behind the doors when it burst forth from the womb? When I made the clouds its garment and wrapped it in thick darkness? When I fixed limits for it and set its door and bars in place? When I said, this is as far as you're going to come and no farther. Here is where your proud waves will halt. Have you ever given or listen, y'all, listen to this. He's talking to Job. Have you ever given orders to the morning or shown the dawn its place? That it might take the earth by the edges and shake the wicked out of it. The earth takes shape like clay under a seal. Its features stands out like those of a garment. The wicked are denied their light and their upraised arm is broken. Have you ever journeyed to the springs of I'm gonna stop right here. I'm saying he's basically going that whole chapter. Please, I encourage y'all to read it. It's so good. He's basically he's basically saying to him, yo, you don't know anything. You may think you know all these questions you asking about why this, why that. Listen, everybody, we may think we know something, but we don't know nothing. Stop asking all these questions, all these why me questions. Can the clay say to the potter, what are you making? Can you say to the potter, what are you making? You are the clay. Can you think about that for 1 second? You are the clay. I am the clay. I am the one that is being made by the God, meaning I have no space to ask God why you made me this way. Your job is to know that God is in control. Your job is to trust God. Don't worry about all that other stuff. If he made you a plant, you're a plant. Don't ask all these questions about why am I a plant? Why can't I be like the human being? Why can't He's got his reasons and you don't need to know it. You don't need to know that your mind is not even a speck of the thoughts that go on in God's eyes. It's not even a speck of the thoughts that go on in God's mind. So you are concerned about the little things. If he made you a plant, he made you a plant. And guess what? There is a purpose for that plant. And your best thing to do is to find out what is your purpose for being made. Not let me rephrase that. Your best thing to do is find out the purpose that God created you for, not your purpose. Because a lot of us like, I didn't find my purpose, my purpose, my purpose. Not your purpose, but the purpose that God created you for. Then you can live in excellency and greatness in this life. What is it that God created you to be? Because you don't want to go beyond what the creator created you to be. Because guess what? It's going to be wrong. It's going to be all wrong. It's going to go all wrong because you were meant to be something else than what you have in your mind. So don't get lost in the why me. Why why am I made like this? Why did I get born into this family? Why is it that this is happening to me? Forget about the all whys. Forget about the whys and seek the purpose that God has created you to be here. Why is that? And I know I'm saying a lot of whys. Because you don't know nothing and God knows everything. God is in control. And your job is to trust God